if y'all remember, but a few years ago, I went viral because I said I was going to date outside of my race. And I said that I was going to date outside of my race, but I was still going to date black men and other races. You know, my whole life I had dated black men exclusively. And as a grown dark-skinned woman, I started to realize there wasn't that many options out there for me in the black community because, for one, there's not that many black men who desire dark-skinned women to begin with. There's a lot of men in our community who are colorists. And then on top of it, there's not that many black men who can provide for me and not make me experience struggle of. And I'm making my dating life a lot harder, limiting myself to black men exclusively. So I'm going to go date out. And when I said that, black men got in their feelings and they were mad as hell and they were attacking me for weeks, for months, for years. I mean, child, they still attack me to this day. There are groups of black men who routinely visit my social media pages just so they could bash me. Okay, like literally today on Twitter, there were a group of black men who were bashing me for my lips. They were saying that I look like I have herpes and my lips look like a gorilla's butt, all this stuff. And this is why I say, like, black men, like, y'all can't be shocked when we date out. You really can't. Because y'all literally come for us unprovoked. You really do. You come for us unprovoked and then you uplift other races for literally mimicking the same features that we have. Y'all will praise people like the Kardashians for paying $10,000 or more to get surgery to have big lips and big asses, but then you will bash black women for having those features. Naturally. So, yeah. So it's like you can't even be shocked at that point. You know what I'm saying? And I genuinely think that a lot of dark-skinned women feel like we have to date out because we're making our dating life 10 times harder. And we're tired of dealing with men who constantly bash us every single day when we just be minding our business. For real, for real. And we're tired of struggle of. We are. It's simple as that. And this is not me just talking shit, okay? There's literally research done on this. Okay, I'm going to show you guys a clip where a dating coach is talking about how black women are making their dating life 35 times harder when they limit themselves to black men. So, we're going to play the clip and then we're going to further talk about it. Because y'all think I'm playing with y'all today and I'm not.
Hey, I'm over here. My name's Anwar. I'm a dating coach for black women, and so often I hear about black women who are just focused on dating black men, and I wanted to break down the numbers because I was an undergrad statistics major, so I look up at love quantitatively and qualitatively. So I wanted to break it down to let you know how difficult you are making your love life be just by focusing on black men, okay? So for every 100 men, 13% of those men are black. So you have 13 men out of 100. Now, 80% of those guys are not going to be ready for a relationship. That's across the board. Any color of guy, they're just not going to be ready if they're single. Yeah, so we go from 13 to 3. Now, if we take into account unemployment, underemployment, gay, and in prison, you are looking at 2 out of every 100 men, 2 black men out of every 100 men that are going to be bare minimum available for a relationship. So that's 1 out of 50, okay? 1 out of 50. Now, I want to talk about the talented 10th qualities that so many of you all are looking at, right? He's got to be 6 feet or taller. He's got to have a graduate degree, 6 figures. When you have that criteria, you are looking at 1 out of every 250 men, okay? Now, if you just look at everybody, right, and you do the same maths, the same statistics, 1 out of every 7 guys is ready for a relationship. So if you're focusing on just black guys, bare minimum, it's 7 times harder. If you are focused on the talented 10th, you are making it 35 times harder to get your guy. We get to do it easier. And if you want to learn how to do this well, girl, you better talk to me. Now, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. If you want to keep on making love hard, girl, by all means, it's your love life. Get your life. There are non-black men checking for you, and you get to make this love life thing much easier by opening and widening your net and just focusing on the men that are going to treat you the best, regardless of what color they are. I hope this helps. Let me know in the comments what you think. Is this going to convince you to date everybody? Please say yes.
You see, the sad part about it is he didn't even crunch the numbers for the amount of black men that actually like dark-skinned women. Because I'm sure that talented 10th that he was speaking of go date light-skinned women or date outside of their race. Because we see a lot of rich black men go date out instead of stay race loyal. So, as a dark-skinned woman, when you have standards, it's really hard out here. It really is. There's not that many black men that like us. Okay, y'all come for us all the time, literally. Like, we will literally be minding our business and here y'all come making fun of our facial features or our skin tone or whatever the hell. And then on top of it, a lot of y'all just like you can't provide. You can't provide. It's just as simple as that. And Lupita is literally a rich ass dark-skinned black woman. Okay? Like, she literally has won Oscars and been in so many box office movies. So, the men that are of her caliber, the men who are on her level, who make the same amount of money as her or more, don't date dark-skinned girls. Like, come on, let's be real. Like, we're not about to sit here and act stupid and act like this is like, oh, she's crazy for dating out. Like, and I just hate when black men try to act shocked and act like she's crazy for dating out. You know what I mean? Like, I just hate when you guys try to act shocked. And the thing I notice is, like, a lot of black men also try to individualize themselves, okay? So, like, when we will say, oh, you know, I have to date outside of my race because a lot of black men are colorist and texturist or featurist or whatever, some black men will start saying, oh, well, I'm not colorist, I'm not texturist, I'm not featurist, I'm not a bum, I have a good job, I have a degree. And I'm like, okay, like, that's good for you, I'm happy, but you know that's not the collective of black men, okay? And instead of attacking black women or dark-skinned women for speaking up about their experiences, how about you hold other black men accountable who give them those negative experiences? Because you know it's true. You know that the collective of black men are not on their shit. You know the collective of black men cannot provide and get on social media every day asking women to go 50-50 with them. You know majority of black men are colorists. So when a dark-skinned girl says she's dating out, instead of attacking her for speaking up about the experiences that she has and the hard path she's going through in her dating life, how about you hold those black men accountable who are giving her that negative experience? But the thing is, black men individualize themselves. So they think that when we say, oh, black men are colorists and they're not on their shit, they think that we're talking about every single black man out there. And then they start taking it as an attack towards them. And it's like, bro, come on, like, you know it's the collective. It may not be you personally, but you know that's majority of black men. And then the black men who are colorists, texturists, and featurists, they don't give a fuck. They literally don't care. They've literally been listening to black women express our concerns and our complaints for years now. And they literally do not give a fuck. They don't care because they know they can get away with it. They know other black men are not going to hold them accountable. Okay? And they know that they can still build a career. They can still make a lot of money. They can still date other races of women while they hate on black women. It's just as simple as that. Like, come on. There are people like Chris Brown who exist. That man is still rich as hell. That man still has a huge foundation for himself. And he literally kicks dark-skinned girls out of sections. And he makes songs where he's talking about girls with good hair. And how he desires girls with good hair. And we all know good hair means loose curl patterns. And we all know that means he don't like girls with 4C hair. So it's like, you know, like, they know they can get away with it because there's little to no accountability there. And they know they can just tell black women that they're bitter and they're mad anytime we express our concerns or anytime we express our complaints. So at some point, black women are tired of wasting our breath because nobody is listening to us. Literally. So it's like, guys, like, I'm tired. And I'm tired of black men acting like this is like a crazy out of this world decision for dark-skinned women to date out when you know how our community treats dark-skinned women. Stop acting delusional and stop acting clueless and acting oblivious when you know what goes on. Okay? And the thing is, dark-skinned women, for the most part, we don't hate black men. I don't hate black men. Okay? If I could stay race loyal, I would. And I think a lot of dark-skinned women would. Okay? If you ask a lot of black women as a collective, they'll tell you that a lot of us do want to stay race loyal. We just, like, we're tired of struggle of, and every time we try to communicate with black men, they don't listen to us. And we're tired of wasting our breath. But if majority of black men weren't colorists or texturists or featurists, and they could actually provide and not try to convince us to experience struggle of, black women would be race loyal and we would not be dating out at all. Like, if I'm being real with you, I'm being real. Like, come on. So it's like, what y'all want? Because at this point, if you want to start listening to us, then we can get somewhere. Okay? But if you're going to keep ignoring us and dismissing us, then you're going to see a lot of black women date out. Okay? You're going to see a lot of black women give up and just start opening their options. It's just as simple as that. And y'all need to stop taking this shit as an attack towards you. Okay? We're just trying to get some accountability here. And we're trying to get you guys to hear us out instead of dismiss us. But it's like nobody, like, y'all don't want to listen. So it's like, we can't waste our breath anymore. We're tired. Like, you don't know how exhausted we are, okay? You really don't. So, you know, and at the end of the day, like, black women still go hard for black men regardless. I date out and I still go hard for y'all regardless. Like, if I see somebody being colorist or saying colorist things about a light-skinned man, I stick up for light-skinned men all the time. Okay? If I see something unjust happening to a black man, I will defend y'all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like we hate y'all. It's just we are tired of wasting our breath on men who don't listen. So if y'all want some change, if y'all want to see some more black love, hear us out. Hear us out. And actually take what we're saying and apply it to your life so we can do better as a community. And you can do better for black women. And I'm not trying to scream at y'all, but this is very frustrating because, like, the amount of times that we try to, like, say this, and it's like, I've received so much hate for saying, oh, here we go crying, because I'm sorry, but, like, y'all don't know, like, I have been receiving so much hate for speaking up about this shit, and it's like, it's so frustrating, because it's like, bro, like, and then y'all will literally allow dark-skinned women to cry because we are expressing our emotions and we're telling you what's wrong, instead of taking accountability and doing better. And then you wonder why we date out in the first place. Like, come on, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just, I don't know if this is going to get through to y'all. I really don't, but I hope it does. Because it probably won't. Because a lot of y'all are brain dead when we get on this subject, to be honest. So, I'm going to go wipe my tears. Okay? Thank you. But yeah, I'm sorry I got a little emotional there. I promise I am okay. I just receive a lot of hate from it, and it is frustrating, okay? It is frustrating as a dark-skinned woman when you're trying to communicate with black men and they just don't listen. It's very frustrating, especially on the scale of which I do it, because I have a huge platform and I get a pool of black men bashing me every single day while I try so hard to get through to them. So I'm sorry about that, but I am human. So, and I always tell you guys that when it comes to me, I'm always going to be transparent, and I'm not going to be that strong, independent black woman who doesn't have emotions. Like, no, it's okay to show your vulnerability. It's okay to show that you have emotions and that you're not bulletproof, and people will knock you down, and sometimes you can cry about it. It's okay. It's okay. Okay? But the next thing I want to talk about is Miss Pink Friday 2, Miss Nicki Minaj.